Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode review by the Clumsy Jedi. Oh boy, it's episode 10 of season 7, The Phantom Apprentice. Once again, no little moral at the end. I hope they put like one more before the Clone Wars series ends because that's one of my favorite things about them. Oh my goodness, where can I start with this episode? First of all, Ahsoka versus Maul. Oh, Sam Witwer, I can't believe how spot on that guy's voice acting is. It's chilling. It's perfect and so freaking scary. And if I remember correctly, I think I heard that they used part of some motion capture for Ray Park to help animate Maul, which is pretty sweet because, you know, Ray Park pretty much is Darth Maul, at least in live action. For the animation, though, Sam Witwer, his voice nails it. I don't know how, but it's just amazing. Like, ay, 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 ay. Oh, it's scary and it's nerve-wracking and nail-biting, and I can't say enough about how creepy this episode is. I never expected the final season of Clone Wars to be interwoven so tightly with Revenge of the Sith, but it is. It is right in the middle of it. I know it's coming, and I'm not looking forward to it, but enough about that. Let's get into the actual episode. My favorite character in here is Ahsoka. Again, it seems like it's focusing on sort of how she gets away and how her reactions to the downfall of the Jedi Order, trying to patch things up with the Jedi, but she doesn't really get a chance, so that's sad. As always, Ashley Eckstein's voice acting is perfect. She is supposed to be coming to the Salt Lake Comic Convention in September. I'm really hoping this virus thing's over by then because I'd love to meet her because I've heard she's really nice and sweet, and I'd love to give her one of my Ahsoka drawings. I gave James Arnold Taylor one of my Obi-Wan drawings, so I'd love to give her an Ahsoka drawing. My favorite parts in this episode were probably the little nods to Solo, because he's telling the leaders of the Pike Syndicate, including the dude that Paul Bettany ends up playing in Solo to go into hiding. That was a nice little Easter egg in there. Very well done. And another favorite part was definitely Bo-Katan kicking some serious butt. That girl's dangerous. And it's nice to see her, I don't know, it's always neat to see Mandalorians fighting because they've got a very unique style. Not only with weapons, which they're very fond of, but hand-to-hand combat. They're all extremely skilled. Oh, and all those Mandalorians coming at each other. When Bo-Katan's forces and the forces controlled by Darth Maul go at each other, that's something else to see. It's like Rocketeer warfare. It's very, very interesting and pretty exciting. Lots of explosions, of course. Now, speaking of explosions, I love the explosions outside the window when Ahsoka and Maul are talking. Very reminiscent of episode 6 when Palpatine and Luke are sort of mentally sparring, I guess you could say. Another favorite part, of course, I can't go without bringing this up again, Ahsoka versus Maul. Oh my goodness, that is some of the most nail-biting lightsaber dueling I've ever seen in Clone Wars. It may take the prize as the most impressive duel in Clone Wars ever, although some of them come pretty close. But any duels involving Maul, oh my goodness gracious, that is just plain nuts. I was so engrossed in the episode I didn't bother taking notes, so the only line that stood out to me was, of course, spoken by Ahsoka, when Maul was making a remark about Kenobi or something like that. Ahsoka says, "You'll find there's a lot about me to dislike." The banter during the lightsaber battles, it's so reminiscent of the saga, especially the original trilogy. I love it. I love it so much. It's so well done. I can't get over it. we can get to the scoring now. This episode was as close to perfect as any single one of them has come. Story, 10 out of 10. Interweaving Ahsoka's story with Maul, the Siege of Mandalore, plus interweaving all that with the huge events going on in episode 3. So good. Animation, again, 10 out of 10. Absolutely perfect. I can't say enough good things about the Lucasfilm animators. It's so cinematic, and everything is done so well. The movements during the fighting, and it's mind-blowingly good. Voice acting, again, Sam Witwer and Ashley Eckstein stole the show. It was just, again, mind-blowingly good, 10 out of 10. Sound mix, the little cues of music in there, it was as near to perfect as I've ever heard a score or sound mix, with the effects and the music and everything for a Clone Wars episode. So that gets a 9.5 out of 10. It was like that close to being perfect. It was so close it wasn't even funny. Characters, again, between Maul and Bo-Katan and the little cameo of Obi-Wan in a hologram and Ahsoka, and it... mind blown. So good. Characters, again, 10 out of 10. And that gives Star Wars Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 10 an average score of 9.9 out of 10. If the next few episodes top this one, I sort of wouldn't be surprised, but it's going to take a heck of a lot. I can't say enough good things about this episode. I'm still geeking out over it. It's amazing. Absolutely love it. So, I think at this point there are only 3 episodes left. Oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen with Order 66. I know from Rebels, Rex, Wolf, and Gregor all took their chips out so they wouldn't hurt anybody. Was this after the whole fiasco with Fives? I don't know. It's like, oh gosh. I'm getting really nervous. I'm not looking forward to Order 66. I know Ahsoka does not see... She basically never sees Anakin again. Because at this point he's... The next time she sees him, he's Darth Vader. And it's like, oh man. And then we get the Ahsoka versus Vader thing in Rebels. I don't even want to think about. But yeah, definitely not looking forward to Order 66. I don't want them to show too much. Especially not of what's already been shown, because we saw Bly and Ayla in the last episode on Felucia. That was like, oh gosh. The poodoo is about to hit the fan in a very, very big way, and I'm getting really edgy about it. I know there's bad stuff coming, and everything is about ready to go to Mustafar. Quite literally. So, goodness. I guess there's really nothing else I can say about this episode, and no way I can further pad the dialogue of this to try and bring it up to 10 minutes. No, there isn't. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more family-friendly, positive Star Wars content, go ahead and click that little subscription button down below. And don't forget to check out the links in the description box. I would like to extend a big thank you to my latest patrons. I will only name you if you give me permission. So that's it for that. Question of the day. Which part of this episode was your favorite? Had you geeking out the most? Was it the Easter eggs? Was it, of course, Ahsoka versus Maul? What was it? Go ahead and post a comment. So, I'll see everybody again next week. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And until then, God bless, and may the Force be with you. This is getting crazy, and everything's going to be ending in a... Oh, man. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of links in the description box, there are links to my full reaction to this episode on my other channel, Clumsy Jedi Reacts. Go ahead and check that out if you want, and don't forget, I'm holding another Q&A live stream on Sunday, right here. Noon Mountain Standard Time. Other times, let's see. I can't think of it right now, but I'll have the times, the different time zones posted later on my Twitter and Facebook accounts, so be sure and check that out. Tune in. It's always a pleasure talking to everybody via live stream. It's a lot of fun. So if you haven't been to one of those yet, go ahead and show up. It's a blast. So yeah, there we go. Now I can sign off. You don't want to spread negativity. You want to subscribe and click notifications.